All right, man. The DeMar DeRozan, is DeMar DeRozan the MVP over Steph Curry, or right behind him? Uh, Also, did he take the Bulls away from Zach LaVine? Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. He had game-winning shots in back-to-back nights. They say that he's I think they said per Basketball Reference, he's the first basketball player to do that, or something like that. But check out the NBA Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And right now, he's averaging 26.8 points a game, 5.1 rebounds, 4.6 assists, 0.6%, 4.6 assists. Also, 49.5% from the field, 37.3 from three, almost 88% from the free throw line. Okay. And he's probably shooting a damn near career high in 3 point percentage, and he is. All right, he's a 28% 3 point percentage shooter. 37 is his career high in his attempts. This is his third highest attempt so far. He had 3.6, 17, 18 in Toronto. He had 2.7, 13, 14 in Toronto. And obviously this is a career high. So third highest in attempts. Obviously, people lost track of him. I mean, he kind of been under the radar his whole career. From 2013-14 season to now, he's averaged over at least 20 points per game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, 9 straight seasons so far, averaging 20 or more. And he shot 49.5% from the field last year. His second year in San Antonio, he shot over 50%, 53% from the field. So he been balling, just like he been in markets that really nobody paid attention. And he was known for basically what he did in Toronto and losing to LeBron in the playoffs. And they just didn't have the horses. And then he was known for getting dumped to San Antonio for Kawhi Leonard. And he been a baller. I mean, his numbers, really damn near, they really scream Hall of Fame numbers. Now he's in the market where people can see him. That's the difference. He's been balling. And really, what he improved was his 3 point shooting. Two things he improved was his team and his 3 point shooting. I think the smartest thing was not going back to it's not going back home to LA. That would have destroyed him. He's not one of them players that play with LeBron. He's one of them dudes. He one of them guys that he do the same thing LeBron do. He defended at a high level. He can catch and shoot a little bit from mid range, but he one of them dudes that he just couldn't set a 3 point line and just been a Danny Green type of player. You know what I'm saying? Or Kentavious Caldwell Pope type of player. He's the type of guy that is perfect for what he's doing there. Him and LaVine and Lonzo. And Alonzo, I think he's been injured. They find a way to be effective, and their chemistry is really good. Him going to Chicago, you had to ask. Lonzo needs the ball in his hand. Zach need the ball in his hand. DeMar need the ball in his hand, and they've been playing great together. And they all showing that they could play without the ball in their hand. And the one guy I thought they probably could play with the ball in his hand would be LaVine and Lonzo, because Lonzo can catch and shoot, not really good. And Lonzo could defend. LaVine was the weak link out of defenders. He should have had to if he defended at a high level, they probably be seeing Brooklyn. But yeah, LaVine is a guy that hit the big shots there too. So they got two alphas as far as when it comes to shooting big shots. And I think LaVine is more the shooter than DeMar DeRozan, but he's a younger version. I mean, I think LaVine is 26 years old, be 27 next year. Yeah, he's more the guy that's the shooter out the bunch. So he's shooting over 40, almost 42% of the nose from the field, 40.9. Their chemistry is so good, bro. And people forget LaVine had a bad knee injury too. And LaVine hasn't been really getting them looks from the NBA aficionados because Chicago ain't kind of been that good. And now, DeRozan was the perfect fit. So asking, has he took the team from DeRozan? I think they equals. I think they equals, bro. And I think that's what it is, bro. They play well together. I'm not sure how they vibe off the floor together, but yeah, Chicago should go ahead and just sign, lock them in. I know it might be a little bit premature. I wouldn't even let LaVine hit the market unless they extend them already. So yeah, lines on health and safety protocols, but look good there. They look good playing with each other. So I don't really think that DeMar took the team away from Zach LaVine is they play so well together. You got to ask yourself, do we make that final move? And who would that final move be? I think somebody like Hassan Whiteside, somebody that could defend the paint is the final move, and probably somebody that come off developing Kobe White and giving him a partner off the bench. When you look around the league, you probably say somebody like Whiteside. Maybe they're willing to get rid of Mitchell Robinson, Nurkic. Nurkic would be a good fit, be a good rental. Maybe I think Nurkic and Hassan Whiteside would be good fits. I think with Nurkic, people wonder how him and Vujovic would play together. So you're probably looking for somebody a bit more athletic. So you probably thinking around the league, man. Ain't too many young. I mean, that's Mitchell Robinson if you can prime away from Chicago to New York. That's the one guy I can think of off the top of the brain. But Nurkic might be a good rental for them. Put Nurkic in the middle. And defend the rim. And obviously I think they have a hard time getting their hands on guys like Rudy Gobert. Since Serge Ibaka he injured again, I believe he'd been somebody solid in the middle. Steven Adams, he's been good in the middle. So somebody kind of around that variety, be solidified in the middle. But I don't think there's a power struggle there, and I don't think people should create that narrative that it's a power struggle between DeRozan and LaVine. And I think they both just two alphas. I think they both, unlike power struggles with Kobe and Shaq, and I think it'd more be like Miami, where they find a way to just let it flow. Just let it flow, man. I think DeRozan found the home there. I think he found the home there, and it's exactly the market, and they fit well together. Whoever put these dudes together, perfect fit, bro. Even though people had questions about it, but come playoff time, if DeRozan keep this up and LaVine can keep what he doing now, they're gonna be a tough out. But as far as him and Steph, I think he right behind Steph right now. I think he right behind Steph. I think he right behind him. Steph getting 27.75. Steph ain't really shooting the ball as well as he usually do. I think that'll come, but they're pretty much identical. They're pretty much identical. 5.1 rebounds. Steph got 5.35. Steph got more assists. DeRozan shooting higher. Turnovers, probably Steph. I would say turnovers is Steph. 2.1. Steph handled the ball way more. Steph is 3.4, so that's expected. So right around the same age. I would say what Steph is doing without. He made the adjustment. Some guys got better. I mean, they both valuable, but with Steph getting a record, I give him a good edge over DeRozan. And I think DeRozan right there behind him as the second, as the MVP behind Steph, right behind him. And like I said, it's a long season. Also, DeRozan in Chicago had the outbreak, and they got to make some games up, I believe. So the Warriors are 28-7, Bulls 24-10. A little bit of shock value with the Bulls because nobody's seen this coming. So if somebody do got DeRozan as MVP, I wouldn't argue it. I wouldn't argue. Excuse me. Yeah, I wouldn't argue it. But I think Steph the MVP right now, just what they doing with the same players from last year, some improvements, I think is great. So, like I said before, can this trend? I think the bigger question is, can Chicago translate to the postseason? I think the Warriors would be just fine. I think the Warriors might have a move in there. Move for Jeremy Grant might work, but yeah, I mean the West, like I said, I came into the season. The West ain't that. The West is weak this year. And the reason it's weak ain't because I'm injured. Injury. That's why it's weak. You got Kawhi that's injured. Paul George injured, not Kawhi injured. AD injured. But coming to the season was these two teams. Murray injured, Kawhi injured. Okay, they said they trending to come back this season. I mean, then AD get injured. So really, Mavericks still ain't made a big enough move, even though Luka out and health and safety. They ain't made that type of move. They ain't made that type of move, and Utah ain't made that move neither. They need somebody else that can go get a bucket. You know, they need somebody else to come over there and have a green light and take something off of Mitchell, somebody with some size, somebody like Brandon Ingram. You know what I'm saying? Somebody like that. Phoenix, they probably need to make a move. They rolling good. They probably need that just like Chicago, they need that rim defender. Aiden ain't good enough. They need a Mitchell Robinson, athletic rim defender there. And then they probably need somebody else that can, Ben Gordon, Vinny Johnson, Ginobili off the bench that give them a kick off the bench that can get their own bucket, Jamal Crawford type of guy. Maybe they should make a move for Buddy Hield. You know, maybe Buddy Hield and Marvin Bagley might solve that problem. They need that oomph off the bench. You know, somebody that just can match Clarkson in Utah, but Memphis just gonna need time to marinate. That's about it. And in the East, Miami trading water. I don't know what's going on there. Milwaukee, they be defending champs. Brooklyn, Kyrie may or may not be on the home games. Who know? The New York mayor was sworn in. Chicago was hot. Cleveland is good. Philadelphia. I never worried about them if they had been or not. Hornets, they might come. So it's a tough conference. Too more health over there. We'll see what happens today. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, comment, and subscribe button, the bell icon button, hit all notifications, increase change the notifications. Best way to donate. Want to financially donate? Cash App, CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Appreciate that. Donations. Best way to donate is, do the stuff I said before. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You can reach me if you have a business question, car response, video question. Appreciate the love, support.